So what's my mission today? This is the mission. So we have an idea. We want to make it into a business. The startup weekend, at least the way I interpret it, is of course a nice game, first of all. It's not like a serious business per se, but it doesn't mean that good ideas can come out of the startup weekend. Actually, a lot of ideas that happen during a startup weekend, they get turned into a serious business afterwards, which is something that you should think about. And I think that the main focus for you should be in meeting people, having fun, learning, and then, of course, trying to have something, to build something that can eventually become a real business. I will give you some advice. Most of this advice is based on personal experience, which means you should use a grain of salt and use your best judgment and always question everything I have to say. So in my life, I started 4 businesses a few years ago. I was a CTO, I was a professor, I've been working for Amazon for the last 4 years, so I have a very diverse experience in my life, which probably means that I can give you some interesting tips. But of course, it's just my point of view. So remember that I'm not God, I'm just an evangelist. That's my title for Amazon Web Services. So I represent an idea, but I don't have any absolute power. So always use your judgment. This is my Twitter account. If you want to connect with me or say anything, always be nice. My boss is watching, so remember, don't say ugly things. So let's talk about failure for a second. Failure is a very important word, and we have to define failure first to think of what we think when we think of failure, and how we approach a new business or a new idea, even if it's for a startup weekend, and how we think we can avoid failure, or if we can embrace failure instead. Most of the people that attend startup weekends, they're usually very afraid of trying, very afraid of being wrong. And in fact, we will have, I think, 120 or 150 people at the startup weekend in a couple of weeks. Of all of these people, only maybe 15 or 20 of them will try to pitch a new idea. And then people will vote, and then teams will form around these ideas. Can you imagine why, out of 150 people, only, let's say, 20 of them will pitch their idea? Do you think that the other 130 don't have ideas? Or it's just that they are afraid?
There's a shy.
Shy, okay. Shy, it's a good point. But why 20 of them are not shy? They're probably shy as well, but they want it so much that they win their shyness. They go through it. Or maybe some of them are, more friendly, more outgoing. But anyway, one of the reasons is people are usually risk averse and they want to avoid failure entirely. Instead, my suggestion will be, especially in a startup weekend, try to fail as much as you can. Because it doesn't hurt, it doesn't cost anything, and it's actually much fun because you can learn a lot by failing. So this is an exercise that I don't want you to do today, but just to give you an idea of how easy it is to transform an idea into a successful business. Okay? Let's imagine that we take pen and paper. Actually, does anyone here has a pen and a paper? I just want to show you something. Can I borrow you this? Okay, and use your pen as well. Is it for free? Yeah? Okay. Just to make sure, you never know. Okay, so I'll take pen and paper. There are some notes here, some secret formulas for a new drink. I'm not going to steal it. Oh my God, you took a lot of notes. You got some white? Okay. Okay, there is a white paper here. So I take this, and then this is a simple exercise. Define an idea, find a business model, create a product, and sell it in 5 minutes. Not in 18 months, in 5 minutes. Don't put limits on your imagination. So idea, business model, product, and sell. And I will do it for you. Of course, I have an advantage because I thought about it beforehand. So it's not really 5 minutes, but just pretend that it's a new idea here. So I need an idea, and then after 15 seconds I come up with an idea. My idea is to create tests for cloud expertise. I want to allow people to test their experience, their skill set in cloud computing, Amazon Web Services or similar things. Then I open a notebook and I start writing. And in my writing it could be Question A, for example, what is Amazon EC2? Some of you might know the answer. 1, 2, 3, 4. Answer 1, I don't know, which is a bad answer. Answer 2 is virtual servers on demand. 3 is disk in the cloud. And 4 is none of the above. And then, now what business model? I can charge $1 to do the test. Does anybody wants to do the test now and has $1 at hand? Do you have $1? Anybody? Nobody with $1? I'm serious. $1. $1 in your pocket. Do you have it?
Yeah.
$1. Okay. Can you give me $1? No. You really need to do this. This is super sexy. You're gonna love this. You're gonna feel better. Less shy. You're gonna succeed. This is very important for you.
I live in Scotland for a long time.
Scotland. Someone else with $1. Okay, $1. So I'll ask you the test. What is Amazon EC2? Do you know it?
What is it?
Amazon EC2.
No.
You don't know it. Okay, so you failed the test. Wait. I charge $1. And I started the test is completed, I can evaluate it, and then, great, I have my first paying customer in less than 5 minutes. I did it in 5 minutes. I will give it back to you just because I'm super nice. Don't get used to this. Next time you're going to pay it, I'm going to keep it. Okay, nice. So 5 minutes. 5 minutes. And this is the thing, you know, did you experience fear when you thought about this? Like, if I have to do this in 5 minutes, your first sensation, your first feeling is fear. Oh, I can't really do it in 5 minutes. I mean, my idea will be just super dumb. People will just hate it. And I just did it here, and of course, I felt stupid. I felt this is, you know, a very stupid idea, but it was just 5 minutes. So the thing is that when you apply this fear to your ideas, you have just to think, you know what, I can risk. It doesn't hurt. I actually got $1 in 5 minutes, which means $12 an hour if you keep, you know, working like that. So it's not a bad business model. So this is an interesting quote from Matt Mullenweg, which is the CEO and founder of WordPress, one of the most popular blog platforms. Read this quote with me. If you're not embarrassed when you ship your first version,
you waited too long.
You waited too long, right? Let me also give you back this before I forget. Thank you very much for your help. So this is another thing here to consider, especially at the startup weekend. It's all through 2 days, roughly. You don't have time for long plans and planning and strategizing, etc. You have to be embarrassed to demo. That's how it works, at least during the startup weekend. And also, you know, in real life, it doesn't hurt to ship very early and then eventually improve your project, your idea. So let's do it for real now. And of course, we won't do it like in practice, but I will guide you through the process of going from an idea to a successful business and show you what the steps are. So the first one is the vision. The vision is the most important one, the first step for your business to become real. So find your passion. What are you passionate about? Architecture, for example. What else? Any other passion here?
Travel.
Travel. Any other passion?
Education.
Education. Another passion. Come on.
Spending money.
Spending money, that's a nice one. I love it. Actually, there is a person that I know in the United States, in the Valley. Her job is to help rich people spend their money in boutiques and shops to buy excellent stuff. So that's a passion that you might relate to. Anything else? Another passion? Come on. Rick, what's your passion?
The clouds.
The clouds, Simone, of course. Very good. So in fact, it works for Amazon Web Services. Very good. So you start with a passion, and then you find a problem that you want to solve. For example, the problem could be, how can I help Simone spend all his money that he has, like this huge amount of money? Can you help me so you can solve a problem? Or can you help me travel in very nice places around Asia so I can have fun and enjoy the beaches and the sunlight, etc.? Or can you help me build my new house? And I think it's painful for me, I don't know how to start, so you can solve a problem. So find a problem to solve and decide what's the value that you add. What's special about you? And usually when you have a passion about something, you surely have some value to add. It might be not better than other people, but it's a good start. And then when you look at these things, you can test your idea, your vision with friends. And for example, you have your idea of helping me travel, and you can tell your friends, hey guys, my idea is to help people like Simone travel, maybe during weekends. Simone is busy, like many people, but on weekends he really wants to go out and experience some nice places in Asia. My idea is to create a business for these people. What do you think? So test your idea with friends, okay? And then of course listen to their feedback. If they tell you, I don't think it's going to work, listen to them. One very important thing is, this should be the next slide, yes, don't fall in love too much. If you love your idea so much that you're not able to listen to feedback, you're probably going to be wrong at some time. Because then you will just ignore any feedback, keep going on your direction, and all of a sudden you will realize, I think that was a dumb idea. But I didn't listen to the feedback. So most entrepreneurs fall in love with their ideas too much. They're not able to listen to feedback and to take that feedback seriously. And there's nothing wrong in changing your vision as long as you do something that you're passionate about. If you say, okay, I will not work on travel for people like Simone. I will work for travel for groups of people. It's a different idea, but it's all about travel again. It's still related to your passion. That's good. So make sure that your love is for being an entrepreneur, not the idea itself. Okay?